Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show here on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, and welcome. Welcome, everybody out there. You're welcome to join us here on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here on social media, anywhere on the planet Earth. Welcome, everybody. KC557. Everybody out there, a big hello to the whole planet. And I am CmdrAleon, host of the show. I'm a contactee. I've been involved in the subject matter for as long as I've been an adult, and even before I even was interested in it when I was a contactee, having my first only visual contact of space people in the 1960s that were human like us, telepathic, and in a spaceship. I'm also involved in C5, that's Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. We have a group here in New England. We've had the group for over 12 years, and so we're very trained in what to observe in the sky. When I look at videos that are sent to me, I observe every aspect of the video footage to see if it's actually conventional or non-terrestrial, extraterrestrial, or what we call interplanetary or spacecraft. And we also do interviews on here, if you're new to the show, people that are having experiences now with everything going on all over the world. If you have actual sightings that you're recording and documenting, we need to know the date, the location on the planet, and what kind of experience you had with the sighting. A lot of stuff I am bypassing, a lot of these so-called sightings that look somewhat conventional, and I've come to a conclusion on what I've been seeing in the past month, past couple weeks, and I've now been able to decipher what is our craft, what is the non-terrestrial spaceships, orbs, and all the things that are happening right now. Quite a bit of activity. One of the things I'm going to show you is a traditional video, if I can find it. I'm surprised I didn't try to do this, but I will show you something that's kind of old in just a moment. Give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. All right, and welcome to the show, everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome. So the video I'm going to try to show you is a plasma spaceship. Everyone's talking about plasma. I want to show you a video that would be a plasma spaceship. And this would be something, and we're going to put it in here and see what we get. And we're going to show it to you. Good evening, everybody. All right, so let's see if I can find the video footage here. This is some of this footage, if I can find it, comes from Brazil, and we're going to try to show it to you. And there's some classic footage, if I can find it here, of plasma spaceships. But I'm not finding it, but it does exist. It's a classic piece of footage. Anyway, welcome to Encounters. Catherine, good to see you. Hello, Wendy. I have echo. Hey, look at that. Bring my volume up here. Hopefully not too much echo. And good to see everybody coming in from around the world. It's Juliet. And hey, Star, good to see you. Okay. Farm Paula, good to see you, Farmer Paula. Paula the farmer. Maybe Paula's a farmer. There you go. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. I just started a new word here, startage. Let me just see, plasma. I'll put plasma UFOs. Brazil. And let's see if we have them. There's some old footage here somewhere, but I can't seem to find it. I think it might have been Brazil or Central America. I'm not sure here. Let's see, Mexico. You think I would have had this ready for you. Well, I can't find it, but we're going to try to show some stuff tonight later. Welcome to the show, everybody. And this is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Hey, Anna from Montana, good to see you. Hey, Laura, good to see you in Rhode Island. Yes, we are definitely neighbors. And a lot of stuff going on. Today felt like, for some reason, today didn't feel like there was a lot of activity. Maybe it's because we're in New England and it was raining today. It was like kind of a yucky, rainy day. But Star Knowledge Podcast, welcome to the show, Star Knowledge. This felt like that. I don't know if anybody else, but I felt like maybe where we are, there was a little bit of a lull, but it's been constantly busy. And probably in other parts of the world, there are things happening. So a lot of stuff is definitely going on, even if it's raining or not raining, it makes no difference. There's stuff going on. I showed you some videos last night of somebody on a commercial air flight that was above the cloud level, videotaping these UAPs or UFOs or spaceships or what have you. And we showed that last night on the show. As we go in the next few nights, as we have more footage for you to share, we'll definitely share that with you. The person says, please, good evening. I'm not sure what the name is because I can't understand it. Lady D, thank you for the share. Lights all month in South Jersey. And we will definitely do, Nikki House, thank you for the share. Hello, Brian. Hey, teacher. Hey, good to see you, Barbara. We're going to definitely do some interviews here. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No vaping. No smoking. No cursing. Hey, Mahan Suk. No paranormal discussion. No politics. No religion. No trolls. All that stuff. And we definitely want to get into everything here. No cursing at all. Hey, sweetie, welcome. Hey. Compared to the other days, today felt like a very lull point. And Saturday, I talked to Commander April. April's my friend, Friends with Fairies, and we're going to be on the air Saturday. April and I, we're going to give you some new information together on the show, and we're going to give you some real information about what's going on up above us regarding the Astro Command and what the government, in my opinion, is trying to do, and her opinion is trying to do right now. And what we're going to tell you is, in our opinion, and I'm using the word opinion for a reason, what the Earth-based government people that are involved in the deception of what's happening here, in my opinion, will be able to tell you a little bit more why that's happening and what they're trying to do. Sassafras, good to see you. We have a lot of information to both of us. And you're going to have a phenomenal show when April and I come together on the show Saturday. You're going to hear some real stuff that is totally, as always, out of this world. I guarantee it. And it's for entertainment purposes only. Hey, Virgil, good to see you. And tonight, for the entertainment purposes, we're going to tell you as much truth as we can. And as long as we keep it in the verbiage of what I'm supposed to say, I'll be able to say it. It's the way it is, Oh, I don't know. We don't get into politics here, Chief. We don't want to know anything about who did who for what or anything. It doesn't matter. No politics here. No politics here, man. We will have to mute you. I have to mute you now because you're doing that. We'll have to mute you for about maybe 5 minutes. I'll be nice. 5 minutes. Pool player. Good to see you. Hey, Kit Kat. Welcome to the show. And hey, Frank, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. Yes, Dana, love and light to all. Absolutely. Michelle F., everybody coming in. Adam, thank you for the follow. Please follow me. If you're not following me for the first time, follow me. Everybody out there, like and follow. We want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. And we're just saying, hey, Kit Kat. Hey, sister, good to see you. Things you told me about every night. Oh, Star, we'll have to definitely talk about that. Hey, Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona's got a lot of stuff going on out there with these UAPs, the plasma type ships. Hey, good to see you. Good evening. Thank you, ALX. I appreciate that, brother. And am I following you yet? Let me see here. I'm going to follow you back. There you go. Lisa Huff, good to see you from Idaho. Welcome. Hey, Acid TV, always a pleasure, brother. And it's always good to see Acid TV with us here. And Washington's J Niner, you might want to give us updates from Washington State. Yeah, and she's seeing a lot of stuff out there. I had to get a new page. Oh, okay. Well, you're here now, so say. Hi from London, Ontario, Canada. Hey, Alan, good to see you, Alan. Welcome to our show. Thank you for the follow, Virgil, for a month now. Excellent. We're glad to have you with us, man. That's Metatron 7. That's a great question. No, there's not Martians. There are Martians like myself in human form on the planet. I can't tell you how many Martian people in consciousness are living here, but they're not living under a mountain anywhere, but they are integrated into society. I would say that much. Hey, Batman, welcome to the show. And it's good to have everybody here tonight. Thank you, Kelly, for the heart puffs. We appreciate that support. And just tonight I've been, how you feel the energy. It just seems like for whatever reason, things are a little bit quiet tonight. But I think things are going to take a turn for the more amping up thing. I think as we get towards the weekend, things are going to start really getting crazy. I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like tonight is like the piece before more galactic activity around our planet. I think that there's sort of like a resting moment happening for everybody. But I think it's going to get crazy, Tonight I don't feel like there's a lot going on, and I just go with my feelings, If you have something going on where you are, in whatever part of the world you are, let us know. I am not feeling anything. 420 moon. 420 moon. We're going to follow you. 420 moon says, Dark Moon says, I captured a UFO. I just uploaded it. Yeah, we're definitely going to bring up some people here. Let me see what we got in the queue here. Oh, Star Knowledge. We'll bring Star Knowledge up. And then the other Star, who's a recent guest, Star Knowledge, we'll bring you up here as our first guest to get things rolling. Excuse me, a little bit here. I do have my apple cider, which I will be drinking. Hey, good to see you, brother. Hey, Eddie.
Hey, bro.
Things have been going crazy on this show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's one thing for us to talk about what we talk about, but when we have experiences and we have all these updates, I mean, it's another just trying to stay grounded with having that, because it's I don't know, man. I get excited. I get so excited because I'm it's a little overwhelming, and for people that don't have experiences, probably sounds a little underwhelming because it's like, oh well, how come this guy gets to have so many experiences?
Right, I'm jealous.
Right. It's just been years and years of work. I mean, the self work. I mean, when you start really understanding the benefit of that. And so I wanted to share with you because we went back to South Dakota for, a little over a week, and we just got back.
Mm-hmm.
But every time we go back, we have sweat lodges. Oh my God. Just the during the Thanksgiving holiday, there's just so many things that have happened. That for us, it's like, it's so exciting because, we're living apart. I mean, me and my partner, and, there's a man named, Arvel Looking Horse. For anybody that doesn't know, Arvel Looking Horse he's the white buffalo calf woman pipe carrier
wow.
in South Dakota. Yeah. And his brother is he's a medicine person as well, and I got to meet him and sit down and have a conversation with him, and we're going to be connecting a lot in the near future
Oh,
with
good.
what's happening with this, with the prophecy, right? So we got to go on a sweat with him and get to know him on a more personal level, and then after the week after, we went into lodge. We just had our own lodge, and then all this information started flooding in, and next thing you know, I mean, I usually like I'll carry the rocks into the lodge and bring the water in and stuff, and like halfway through we ran out of water, so I had to get out, and while before that happened, all of a sudden like I'm being flooded with all this information about the um what are they called, the Pleiadians.
Palladians, yes.
Yeah, so I'm getting all this information, and I was like, okay, okay, I just felt a real like heartfelt connection with the Pleiadians at the moment, because I was receiving information from. I felt like I was,
Yeah.
and so he asked me to bring in the other bucket of water, and so when I got out, I looked up at the sky, and I saw the Pleiades, and I just really connected. I said, I hear you. I just said that. I just said, I
You said,
hear
I
you.
hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was having visions and hearing messages in the lodge. And so after we got out, um, what ended up happening was, a lot of times when we get out of lodge, we see ships. We see a lot of ships.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it at first. It wasn't me. It was my partner. She saw two flashes in the sky.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times it could be a helicopter or airplane.
Right.
But no, no, no. And when she said that, then I started looking for I was like, well, there should be a third flash. So we were looking in the sky, and she's like, it's over there in that area. So, and then there was a third flash, and it's a very distinct flash. It looks like a circular. It's much bigger than an airplane flash, and it looks like
Yeah.
I would say like a photon flash, but it's
A
it's a
photon flash.
circular flash.
Oh, wow.
And I went, that's the Pleiadians. That's definitely them. And it was really strange to like to communicate with just looking at the Pleiades, and then get out of the lodge, and then we see the flash.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
well,
talking
three
about
flashes. They only
synchronicity,
flashed three
and
times.
that's synchronicity there for your wife and for you as well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you saw the footage of the red. There was a red orb in the sky, and then
Mm-hmm.
the drones that were going towards it, and they were falling out of the sky.
Yeah, yeah, they were falling out of the sky.
So the for those of you that don't know, the red and reddish orange orbs are Arcturian ships. Those are the ones from Arcturus. So
Yeah.
if you see a red, big red orb in the sky, it is a UFO. It is a saucer shaped um, ship.
Yeah.
So everything's been being put together for me. So when I saw that video, I went, oh, that I get it now, because everybody's like, well, what's going on with all these drones?
Right.
And then people are like, Project Bluebeam, blah blah blah. I'm like, you guys can guess all you
Yeah.
want.
They're like just guessing.
Just guessing, yeah. Because
Yeah.
but the truth of it is okay. If you've seen like the China footage and like their massive drones, when they have all the drones connected together, we have the same program, because why wouldn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
So,
You have the
but
same ability.
right. So we're utilizing our drones to chase these, because what happened was, as soon as we got home back to South Dakota, our neighbor, or one of our people was like, yeah, there's been these like booms, like loud.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bomb is dropping.
I've heard about that. What are these booms that people are
Sonic
talking
booms.
about?
They're sonic booms. It's they're chasing down. So they're wasting a lot of money chasing all these ships with
Is it,
F-18s and stuff. So when they're going so fast, they hit the sonic boom, they break the sound barrier, and it shakes your house.
right. That's our, for entertainment purposes only. That is our Air Force being sent up there to do that, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Because they're I've seen them chase a ship when I was
Yeah,
fishing, and they
yeah,
even shot missiles at it, and I was like, oh my god, like right above me, like I'm
yeah,
fishing right on the river, and I was like, wow.
yeah,
So, everything that you've been talking about and everything that's being predicted is like, we're being prepared. We're being
yeah. We
prepared.
are.
Bottom line, I mean, the orbs don't do sonic booms. The only ones that do sonic
Yeah, yeah.
booms are
Uh,
our ships,
and
our
that's for
aircraft.
entertainment purposes only. Yeah, and we can
Yes.
say that. I'm just making sure we have the freedom of speech
Oh,
here.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Because this
Don't
show
believe
has
me.
gone.
Don't believe anything I say
Don't
because
believe anything. And
it's
this show has gone so much to the truth for entertainment purposes only, and we have for entertainment purposes only gotten into the cosmic truth. So I said
right.
that word entertainment. So I'm
Yeah,
good.
we have to. We have to. I mean, I completely agree. You
Yeah,
know.
but we're doing it. I mean, the thing is, I showed a video, and I'll show it again tonight, of these white orbs coming out of what I think is a bigger vessel that you couldn't even see it. They're all circular, and I'll show it again tonight for people. It was just taken, I think it was over New Jersey, maybe, and I actually posted it. And
Well,
what you're going to see, let me just get here, I might just show it here for people tonight, because this is what's happened. And I'm not showing so much of the drone stuff or what we consider drones, because there's too much of that going all over the place.
yeah.
But the stuff that I will show you, and I will get to my page where I have it. Let me see here. I'll go to the videos. There's one here. Is it this one here? Yeah. I'll show this one here. This you're going to see. I wanted to get your take on this, Eddie. This is footage from December 15th in I think it's Hamilton Lake, New Jersey. But these aren't when Jersey looks like those like conventional craft. When you see this,
Mhm.
I want to get everybody's take on this. You're going to see this. You're going to see something happen for entertainment purposes only. Now, let me see if I can, excuse me, go back to this here. And I will show it to everybody once. It's not what I want to do. Let's see here. Could I do this? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to bring it back up here. Okay, hold on a minute. We have it. Okay. It'll replay itself, but that's okay. What I'm going to show you is for entertainment purposes. Whatever you see happening here is strictly for entertainment, and you can do as you wish with it. But I'm going to show it to people that did not see this. This is stuff that the news media isn't showing you, but it's going to blow your mind. And what happens is pretty amazing. Here, let's see here if I can get out of my picture. I'm going to turn myself backwards. Not really, but now you see me, now you don't. And then when we get to the thing here, enhancement, and I will show you this thing here. Let's see, do I have it? Let's see, here we go. So watch the video. This is for entertainment purposes only. And just watch the video, watch what happens.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not what I wanted to show. That's not, oh yeah, I do want to show that. That's for entertainment purposes only. This was in December 15th at Tampa Bay, Florida. This is a typical flying saucer. Look at this. Person took this. This is an actual spaceship for entertainment purposes only. We're just showing you things for entertainment purposes here. Okay, I figured you might want to see a real spaceship that is for entertainment. Look how beautiful that is. All right, I'm going to show you a few videos. Isn't that amazing? Does that look like anything other than a spaceship? You tell me. And don't tell me why do they have lights on them, because they do. It's
Right.
the frequency, the vibrational patterns. Look at that. Look at that, people. Now I'm going to show you something else. Let's see, which one am I going to show you here? No, well, I can show you a bunch of things here. Wait a minute. This is the one I want to show you here. Now, these are circular objects coming out of nowhere in space. Look at one. One object is shooting them all out. See how they're shooting them out? Check this out. Look at that. And look what happens. This is for entertainment purposes only. So whatever you're seeing, remember, it's strictly for entertainment purposes only. That was just for entertainment purposes. That was just for entertainment purposes. Did something really happen? Only the eye knows. Right? So here's my perception of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
In the recording, the person that took the recording, for my opinion, I'll use the word opinion so I don't get in trouble here. My opinion is that something was shot at the orb. And you can see the other orb kind of going down and disappearing. Oh, no, it's still there. It actually looks like it's taking off. I don't know. Anyway, these things are coming into the Earth's atmosphere from outer space. They were not here on the planet. Okay? Let's see what other goodies I can show you here. Let's see what you know. Let's see. We'll go to some more video. There's this other one here. This one here is from Hartford, Connecticut. Look, this has happened in my state of Hartford on the 16th. Watch what happens. They're coming up from the Connecticut River. Watch the intelligences of these craft, and look what they do. Look what happens. They're going into an A format. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. They're forming into an A, then they go into a straight. These are 3 spaceships coming now. I don't know if they're coming up from the river or just because the person recording was down in the Connecticut River in Hartford. They got 3 of these objects here. Look at this. This is video night here with Eddie and myself. I'm going to show you for videos here. You need to see the real stuff here, okay? This is out of Hartford, Connecticut. This is just on the 16th. I'm not going to show you what the so-called drone footage because there's too much of that going on. Let me show you another thing. Let's see here. This is the one from... This is also on the 16th, commercial airliner, and this is a bunch of. Some of these are orbs or spaceships, and then Eddie, if you look at it, you can see these objects. This is really high up on the commercial airline jet. A passenger video of these objects. Look at that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So you can you can tell the difference between the other lights and these type of lights.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and as you continue watching, you'll see. I guess the jet was going into a. Look at that one.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see one conventional object that is not extraterrestrial, in my opinion. In just a second, you'll see it. It looks like it's monitoring these other spaceships, and it must be sun. So you're going to see it in a second. It'll show itself. So I'm giving you a narration here. It should show up in a second.
Yeah, start it over.
Okay. Well, there is definitely an object there. Is it? No, it's not. It's not ended yet. It's near. It's almost there. You'll see it. No, it's still playing. This person videotaped a few minutes of this. And as you're watching this, everybody, you're going to see one of those so-called drones, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. And you'll see the difference when that object comes in there. This is not it. Look how bright they are. And that is the brightness, or it could be the sun reflection a little bit, but you'll see it. Almost there. Right there. See that? That's not the same as the other objects.
No.
So, in my opinion, that's Earth-based, and it was sent up there to monitor these extraterrestrial craft.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now
check this out. We're going to go back to. We'll give you more video in a little bit. Let me just want to let you see that. Let me turn my light back on here, and Eddie and I will continue the conversation here. Okay. We'll save for more footage for later. I got plenty of footage to show you. I got tons of footage to show you. That's all real stuff. Now, even though you don't see me, I'm actually cloaked. But I'm going to decloak in a second here. Watch this. I'm going to come back into the screen.
He's going to step through the veil. Ooh.
Ooh, here I am.
Do you have that one where it's because somebody was asking about the plasma ball one?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see the energy around it and like moving.
Oh yeah,
So
I've seen a few videos of really good footage of the plasma ball.
yeah, and there's quite a few. I think even one of the news companies out there got it as well.
ABC News supposedly caught it on their camera.
Right. Yeah, I saw the footage on that one. Now that is something completely different. It doesn't mean that it's not because when we say light ship, um, it's there's a difference between a solid body UFO UAP ship. That's a ship. The ones that we call light ships, they're actually it's an astral body. And people think, and what I mean by that is it's a living entity. And I've known people for a long time because I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I don't know anybody for sure that has done it, but I know people that have been practicing for a long time to be able to astral project out of their body with their light body into their light. My buddy would call it. He says, we have the Merkaba, which is the shape of the vessel, the light ship vessel that we are. But he said that, but the vessel itself is called the Merkava with the V.
Yeah.
And the Merkava is what you'll actually see is that ship, that the thing that we are that's inside of this body. And there are only certain amount of humans that have been in a highly disciplined practice to be able to leave their body in that high energetic state. That is
Yeah.
a light ship. But there are other beings in our cosmos that just live in that.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm not because some be our ancestors. Everything and everybody is related. You know, we don't when we say ancestors, we what that all that means is that beings that have come before us.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're older than us or more advanced than us.
Yeah.
Uh, because the simple truth is that we don't remember who we were before this
Before
life.
we got here.
We don't remember who we are after this life.
Yeah.
I just had a conversation with my I call her my hunka mom, and she was talking about she had a vision um of a future life that she's going to have, and she's like in front of children and she's telling these stories and teaching. And I
Yeah.
said that's not a vision, that's a memory. And she's like, a memory, how could it be a memory if it's the future? I said, because
Right.
only in this reality do we consider a memory something from the past.
And
We
speaking
don't
of
think
that,
about memories being of the
we're going to
future.
bring up. We have some top secret information for entertainment. This is really going to be for entertainment purposes only. So I must say that right now before this happens.
Yeah.
But we're going to have for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to introduce you to cancer fighters coming up. And I want you to say, Ken's fighter, meet Eddie. He's the head of he's with the Star Knowledge Conference, which are very well known. Eddie, say hello to Cancer Fighter. Hey, Cancer Fighter, good to see you, brother.
Much love with you, much love with you, much love with you for entertainment purposes only. And TikTok shop, we love you all.
And I know that for entertainment purposes only, Cancer Fighter has, and let's use the word, can I use the word top secret information maybe? I will use that
Absolutely.
word. Because I already said the entertainment. I'm not going to keep saying entertainment because I already said it once. So now we're going to have the discussion. And I want to introduce Cancer to Star Knowledge, to Eddie, my friend, who does the conferences. And tell us what's happening. Give us some breaking news for that entertainment purpose.
For my understanding, is the alien spacecraft that showed themselves multiple times with the orbs and whatnot spooked a lot of the government, right? So in order to perceive that it was the government, they threw up some newer government drones up there, not just to look, but to try to disenfranchise the alien spacecraft that came from the outer space and in the water from up north. So people can forget about it. So what this
Right.
government is doing right now is trying to make it so overwhelming that people are just going to be say, screw it, we don't care no more, but the people like you and I, the ones that want to actually high five an alien, you know what I mean, or rock it out with these aliens, or even jump on a ship and just fly around to God knows where. You know, we are the truthers. We are the 100% truthers, and I love you all. Everyone up there here, and the viewers, you, I love you all. Now, this is what specifically has me my gears grinding, though. The government wants to tell us it's it's swamp gas. You know what I mean? Just like the Roswell. It's swamp gas.
But cancer, you know that where people, they're not really seeing plasma ships or real spaceships of the flying saucer that I showed in Tampa Bay. They're seeing swamp gas from the planet swamp gas, and the swamp gas planet is nothing but swamp gas. So therefore, it's great for the Air Force and the Pentagon to say, you just saw some swamp gas. There's no intelligence there. They have no intelligence at all. They're just swamp gas. They gas wherever they want.
Well, see, they're specifically trying to ignore the actual alien spacecrafts, the orbs, the blue shiny orbs that come down quickly, move around, and blah blah blah,
Right.
and just actually fixate on airplanes or
Right.
drones that they put up there after they're like, oh my God, this is freaking us out. We gotta put drones up there.
Right.
Technical. Say, hey, that's our stuff. That's our stuff. In reality, before they even threw their stuff up there and to congest the skies.
Right.
Because you're telling me, okay, there's thousands of views. Okay, you're telling me that they're not aliens. Okay, all right. But how is it that there's thousands and thousands, not just American
Right.
views, but all over the world views? So you're telling me that America has their drones up for everybody else too to see?
Right.
No. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, one of the things I do want to say is I want to kind of translate our languaging from aliens to star people, extraterrestrials.
Star people. Yep. Okay.
That was really more that's a terminology that the media created, and they did that on purpose years ago. And we know
my uncle calls them, the one that helped that worked at Area 51.
Yeah.
They said they're called outworlders, off-earthers, or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Off-worlders, outworlders. Yeah, I like that.
They didn't like to be calling aliens for some odd reason. I mean, who would have thought, right? But outworlders do it because off-earthers.
Yeah,
but
off-earthers.
The thing is, though, we're finally about to witness first contact in video, entertainment purposes. You get what I'm saying? It's about time. It's about time.
And I heard that you had some information from the people in your family that were involved in this.
You remember what my aunt used to work
we talked about it.
Yep. Yeah, my uncle worked at Area 51, the whole 9 yards.
Have you had new information from those folks regarding what's happening right now?
My aunt passed, but my uncle
passed, that's right.
My uncle is still alive right now, and I talked to him just recently, and he said just be wary. It's time's coming. The time is coming that they're going to show themselves. These
he probably knew this because of the position he was in. He knew this a long time ago.
Well, you got to remember, we have 24 ships. We have 24 ships from outworlders, not just because there's multiple different species. So we've got different spaceships from different outworlders. One that was dug up from 2,000 years ago because I guess some avalanche jumped on it or something, and then somehow, some way, they couldn't get it into their ship, and they, I guess they perished outside of their ship while but I don't know how it happened. No one knew, but it was deep under, like in the ground. This 2,000-year-old spaceship.
And where
So
was this located? Thank you for the gifts. Where
this was located near the canyon, Grand Canyon. So,
Grand Canyon? Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff there. Believe me, that they don't want us to know about.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, they got stuff hidden in there. They got actual displaced. They got actual statues inside one of their caverns that they don't want you to go into. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's to the point where it's coming to fruition. We're finally getting to the point where they're showing themselves. For what reason, I don't know. But like I said, they're gonna give us some BS acknowledgement in stating that, oh, it's because they're looking for NUKES. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, nukes.
No, let's be careful. I don't know.
Niloops. You get what I'm saying? Niloops. That the government's trying to tell us that they're looking for niloops. For what? For what? You're looking for the radiation signatures from these spacecraft, not nukes. What are you talking about? So they're lying to us, saying, "Oh, we're looking for radiation
for blanks
or radiation from the ships, or not ships, but from niloops."
Yeah. So I mean, let's put it this way. I can say this: that in 1960s, everybody, and Eddie, I know you would probably want to chime in on this. When I was growing up in the Cold War, there was a documentary made a number of years ago. I think it was on the History Channel, which did a lot of programs on UFOs, or it was either History or one of the other networks. They did a documentary, and in the docudrama, they showed these people playing the part of Air Force people in these places around the country where they had nuclear weapons for entertainment purposes only. And in the documentary on the History Channel, it shows that these spaceships came over the bases and they shut down all the electronics on the nuclear missile silos. That's what I was trying to say. So that is total fact. And this has happened before any of us were around. I was a kid, but I can tell you that's fact. And there's two things happening here. And I can tell you why the real spaceships are showing here, that are coming here. And Saturday night, myself and April in Vermont will be together on live with our Ashtar Command night. And we're going to tell, April's been on the ships almost every other night. I'm talking about real Ashtar Command space people. My parents are on the ship. Her parents are on the ship. They're tall. They're about, I think, about 8 feet tall. They're human like we are, our parents. They are telepathic. They can speak, but they usually use telepathy. And they've come and taken her on the ship almost, I can't even keep track now, but it's always for a purpose. There's always a purpose. And we're going to get into it Saturday night, and we're going to tell you what's going on and why these things are happening on a bigger level. Well, I'll share some of it tonight in a little bit of a way with everybody, and I know a lot of you want to know what's going on. But we're going to get into the reasons why all this crazy stuff is happening. The other part of it is, and you can both chime in on this, I talked about it the other night. I've looked at a lot of footage off the coast of the Pacific or the Atlantic Northeast. Now, and this is for my opinion only, that the objects coming out of the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of the Northeast are not what you call conventional aircraft. We don't have conventional aircraft coming out of the water. These things are filled with light. These things are circular. These things are not our craft. These things are actually USOs. These things are spaceships. They're coming. Where are they coming from under the water? Anyone take a guess? I'm going to tell you the cosmic truth here. They're coming from under the water at bases that are in the very deepest parts of our ocean. They're not in shallow parts of our ocean in the Atlantic or the Pacific or the Indian Ocean. They're staying in the most deepest, most remote parts of our ocean for a purpose. They've been there way before any of us were born.
The Great Barrier Reef.
And not just that, yeah, they're way beyond the reef, and they're like really deep. And also in the Indian Ocean, all over the world, you take any of the deepest areas, that's where That's where the cities are. They have families. They live in the oceans. They're not living like just with the water there. They have cities that are protected with a very advanced technology, and they've been here for millions of years.
I wish we had that technology. I wish we, the smart ones that don't want to use this as military weapons, that we can go into the water without any crushing. We can go to the crushing depths without any issue. If we can ascertain the metals, if we can find it on different asteroids, like I told you, what my uncle told me, that NASA is mining asteroids, trying to find that right metal to re-engineer what they have, because like some of their spaceships are holes in them. Some of them are so old, you get what I'm saying, they're not working it correctly, and like I said, they did the fiber optic cables from these ships. So to get the metal that these things, because when my uncle was telling me that the metal of these crafts can go into the water like butter so quickly, without any friction, without any stopping, and you know what I mean? And he was telling me about how they've done tests on this, and it's crazy. So,
What do you think, Ed? What would you like to chime in and give some thoughts?
Yeah, my theory is more along the lines of instead of trying to create something to go to a place where we haven't been invited,
no waves.
is to literally, okay, I've had a face-to-face. I've had one face-to-face experience, contact, and it was very brief. And the man that owned the place that I had that experience with, I was just talking to his sister on Thanksgiving. He passed away. I didn't know she knew him, but I didn't really have to convince her. But we just shared stories about like his dwelling space and stuff. But it made me realize something, especially about myself. Because a long time ago, I gave up lying, I gave up cheating, I gave up stealing, I gave up, everything that is harmful to myself or to others. I gave it up. I was just like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lie for the sake of hurting someone's feelings. Even I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lie, even if it hurts their feelings. That's not me hurting their feelings. I'm just going to tell them the truth. Right. So I gave all that up, and I didn't know what would come of having that kind of behavior or trying to be on a path that is like what people would call a more righteous path. I didn't know if there was a benefit to it. I don't know. But when I had that face-to-face, that really put it into perspective for me that there are beings out there that want to show themselves to us, but we as humans have to be in a place that is not going to be combative, that is not going to be
you have to be spiritual enlightenment.
Yeah, it's a balance of your energetic state. I say it's we don't need to be. People say we need to align, and it's like, no, we're not aligned. We're here. We need to be balanced.
In Area 51, entertainment purpose only, my uncle said there's one spacecraft that they have that's been like 1,000 years ago or whatnot, but you have to be enlightened in order to go in. So the race is about enlightened beings, very conscientious, very, very spiritual in sense. And that's why they went through people to people and to people, because when you walk in there, if you're not of spiritual, you will drop to the floor, you'll pass out. It's
it's too high energy.
Only beings. And he's telling me about this. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, we have it. We've walked in it, but you have to be of pure You have to be of pure soul, of pure heart. And there's not that. See, they asked a lot of people inside the Area 51 while they were, trying to find someone to go in there. So they found at least 2 people, and they walked in there. But the instrumentals, it's like looking at the Son of Krypton. You know what I mean? They're just looking at like hieroglyphics. So the hieroglyphics is in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also want to bring in another guest star. She's been on the show before. Star, welcome to the show. Can you bring your camera on too?
Hello, hello. I'm currently in the dark right now, but I do have a video. Yeah, I do have a video that I want to show you guys though. First I want to address like what I said earlier. It's become like so normal for me to see these star-like UFOs like almost every night on a clear night now that like I'll just say to my mom, look, there goes another one, and she'll see it and she'll be like, what the heck? And I'll be like, yeah, this is normal for me.
Normal for you, right?
Well, I did want to mention something that was pretty wild that I saw through somebody's live stream today, but it was actually a live stream that was recorded last night around 8:30 p.m. on a beach cam in New Jersey.
Okay.
So if you could give me like the big screen, I'd like really appreciate it.
Oh, I can't
we'll
wait
put
to
you on
see
the-
this. I cannot wait to see this. This is
Okay, I want to see this on the big screen. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This
Absolutely.
is Encounters, and I'm your host, CmdrAleon. You have Cancer Fighter Eddie from the Star Knowledge Conferences, who I'm going to be working with in the future this year to hopefully speak, unless I go off planet soon. So we want to take a look at this. Can you narrate what we're seeing here?
That's my
And
cat.
this is for okay. Oh, this is for entertainment purposes only, what she's going to show us. But go ahead.
So yeah, before I play it, actually, let me just pause it. So before I play this, what we're seeing right here is some type of orb that just appeared on a beach in New Jersey, and this night vision camera was able to pick it up. Now this thing keeps pulsing, and
are you able to zoom that picture or that video in more?
yeah, I could
Really?
actually. You know
Okay,
what?
yeah.
Maybe
If
if
you
I
can
can.
zoom it in.
So yeah, I'll zoom in just a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
that's good. Yeah.
So
Perfect.
this thing keeps pulsing, and you guys will be able to see this. And then something really, really crazy happens.
Okay.
I'll fast forward eventually, but you
Okay.
can see this, and you can see right here. This is the beach line. You could see
Right.
that it's reflected. Whatever this is, first
Right.
of all, it has like a smile, and
Yeah.
second of all,
Is that the object?
yes, this is a huge orb.
That's
This is
the.
the
Oh, look
sky.
at that thing. Okay.
And it's pulsating, and
Look
it's
at that.
even reflecting off of. This is a live
Yeah.
beach cam that you could go on to and see it whenever you want. This was just captured last night at 8 p.m. and the moon rose 2 hours before this, so this is not the moon.
Now, what's that light? What's that brightness going there every moment?
So whatever is happening, this thing is doing like a pulsating. So that's what that light is going around, and it's going at different intervals, and it changes brightness, and it also, if you notice
Look
here,
at that.
it reflects off the water, and two,
Yeah, it's reflection.
it reflects off the sand closest to the water.
Yeah.
So if you guys see it pulsating, you guys.
Oh yeah, look at you can see the reflection of the craft.
And then there's also multiple orbs. There's one here, here, and here. So there's about 6 orbs in this video, and this is on a beach cam. It's not been altered in any way. This guy, Notes 9. This is where I got the video from. If you would like to check him out, but
I'll check it out.
we're posting this, and then something really, really weird happens. Hopefully,
Is it happening in this video? Is it happening in
yes,
this video?
it'll happen. It'll happen in this video.
Okay, we're going to see
something-
something happen here.
Some type of energy. It keeps pulsating, and then it gets so big that
Yeah.
the energy just changes and it turns red. The whole entire screen turns red, and it's
Really?
not the effect of the camera because there it is. Did you see that? I'll rewind that again.
Yeah, rewind that part again so everyone in the audience can see this.
And
Watching
also
Encounters.
this
Go
thing,
ahead.
if you notice, I'm just gonna scroll a little bit, but this thing is rising, and it's disappearing right.
Oh.
It's disappearing at the top.
So, are you saying that the big craft there is rising, going up?
Yes, rising very.
So
It's
so
hovering.
it's hovering. It's hovering, but it's decided that it's now going to leave the area and go up.
Yes, and it disappears.
Interesting.
It disappears completely.
Wow.
And actually, when this pulsating happens, you see more and more orbs come out of it.
Really?
Yeah. So this orb was originally over here, and there's actually another orb coming out of it right now.
Is the orb coming out of it when it gets really bright? We can't see the orb; it just comes out.
When it let me see if I could try to turn down my brightness a little bit so you could see it better.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah. Now let's see if we can see the orb coming out. Hopefully, this is going to be interesting.
There it is. So
there
it
is.
just.
There's the orb. You
I'm
can
gonna
see
scrub
it right
it
there.
again.
Oh yeah, see
I'm
that
gonna
little
scrub
orb
it
there?
with my phone, like my finger.
That's amazing.
This flash, look at how it's affecting the entire beach.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is. It turns red.
So it pulsated, and then it's flashing, and then
There's
the
the
whole
orb
thing
right
goes
there.
black
See
and
it?
white.
The orb is on the
There's
lower part there. There's the orb.
1, 2, 3,
Two,
4
three.
orbs.
4 orbs that came
Wow.
out of that ship. That's well documented, and that's a beach cam, folks. No one's altering that. That's not even being altered. They're coming out of a spaceship.
Yep.
That's
And
crazy.
this thing, whatever it is, it's just disappearing into nothing, into absolute nothing.
So, do you think this? And I'm going to say the word space people for entertainment purposes only. That I believe they are space people, or whatever kind of space people they are. I believe that they're here for peaceful purposes. I think these orbs they're sending out are for reasons to monitor our planet, and they're being sent out for a purpose. They're not just being sent out for show and tell. I think they're also being sent out to just say, hey, look, we're here to counter the misinformation that your Earth-based governments are putting up there in the sky to confuse you. Like Eddie, you were saying earlier,
Like
they're doing
this right
things to
here,
confuse us.
all the way to the left is a plane, so it's blinking
Okay, it's
like
yeah, it's blinking, yeah.
you can
And
clearly
there's the
see
3
it.
orbs, 1, 2, 3,
There's
and the bigger
actually
orb.
4. There's one
There's
right
4?
under
For entertainment purposes, Anunnaki is on their way. So the good outworlders
Oh, that's
are
great.
here.
Look how big that ship is, everybody. Look how big it is. Look at that thing.
Good outworlders are coming to help us because the Anunnaki, the bad ones, are on their way.
And look how
And
well
then
defined.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you an inverted photo that this
Yeah.
same creator made. So this is what it looks like inverted.
Oh wow, you can see how solid it is. That's an inverted photo. Look at that. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
The government
Yeah.
can shove it for that one.
Okay, we'll be very careful about
So
that too.
I'm just gonna
But,
I'm gonna show that flash again
Yeah.
because
Look it. And zoom it in more. You can zoom it in more. Bring it as and bring it down a little bit and zoom it in. There you go. Right there, everybody.
so
This is what I'm talking about.
And as you can see, I don't know if you just saw that. Another orb just came out of it. Comes right out of the left of it.
Oh yeah, see it?
Wow.
There it is. The little thing's coming out of it right there. You see it?
How big is that sucker though?
That I don't know.
Oh.
It looks ginormous. It looks very, very big enough to illuminate the whole.
Wow. If people aren't watching this right now and you're watching some game show on ABC TV, you're in the wrong place.
This is history right here.
Right here.
Yeah. So I don't know what that
this-
pulsating was. I'm just gonna rewind it once more. It's
Yeah.
kind of.
It's the pulsating is the Earth's magnetic field power charging this thing while it's still in the air because
Yeah.
Well, if you look at it, when it's pulsating is when these orbs come out. There's also one right
Yeah.
here, right
Look
there.
at
You can
that.
see it.
Look
See
at
those?
that. Bring it really close. Bring the
Okay.
picture up really close. The closer the better. Like, yeah, that's where you want it to be. Keep it
All right,
right there.
let me
Don't
rewind
move it
it.
back.
and it's blinking too. Look at it.
And in the beginning of the video, it has like a grimace smile. I don't know if you could see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
It
can
has
see
a
that.
smile.
Yeah.
It's like a
Cheshire
Cheshire.
cat. Cheshire
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also want to mention something really important. I've talked about this for 2 years, and before I came on TikTok, that the actual contact won't be happening until 2026. So there's the things you're going to find out Saturday night from April and myself that's going to, straighten things out about when contact's happening. What you will be seeing is going to be visual expressions of star people in spaceships of different sorts that will be appearing around the planet. But that's not going to be contact. That's just getting people just very gradually ready. And I think, Eddie, you would agree with me, just a gradual situation until that time comes. Because everything is in divine timing. We don't control the contact timing at all.
Well, I'm just going to be honest. Whatever this is, it clearly has the ability to mess some stuff up. And it has.
Just stop there. Look at this. Stop there. Look, that thing there. Look at that orb right below it. And look at that. How perfect that is. You kidding me? If you're not seeing this right now, that little tiny thing came out of that spaceship.
This is more evidence than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep.
Well,
Right
other than the stuff that my uncle showed me.
I mean, this has very clear capabilities to change the air around it. So it could have also the capabilities to do something to us if it wanted to. We're still here, so
it could do, but the thing is, it's not. Let me explain something. This is definitely a ship of light. This is a positive vessel. It's not going to do anything to us. It's there for the purpose of enlightening the people that, hey, we're here. We're showing you a little bit of who we are. And that's the narrative I want to provide. This thing is not there for any other purpose. If it was there for the other purpose, don't you think New Jersey would not be there anymore for entertainment purposes only?
Yep.
It's there to pick me up, man, so we can partay.
If you notice, it looks like it's disappearing in onto itself.
Yeah.
So there's no top. Even when it's inverted, there's no top. This thing is just disappearing. And
look at that.
Yeah.
Eddie, what do you think when you're looking at this? You've had a lot of experience with all
orb
these
right
stories.
Here, one right here. There's another one over here. There's one here. And then there's a huge one right here.
Oh, yeah. It's really beautiful. What do you think, Eddie?
Just from what, like I said, from my experience, I can only speak from my experiences. It feels like it actually, I mean, it looks solid when she showed the what is it, the negative? Yeah. So it looks solid, but I don't even think it's a ship. I think it's a gateway. I think those things that are coming out of it.
So this is what it looked like. This is what it originally looked like in the beginning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This thing, he started recording a little bit later, but this thing rose out of the ocean.
Right.
It rose out of the ocean. I didn't know that.
Yes. So this thing rose out of the ocean, came up to right here, and then started disappearing. Cameras don't have cutoffs right here, so this thing was just disappearing right in the middle of the air.
It came up over the ocean. Okay, so I have to say, as much as I want to think there could be a portal there, but I think it's an enormous spaceship that came from the depths of the ocean. If you say it rose from the ocean and it comes down from the sky, definitely it's a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your typical spaceship. Like, it's not a flying saucer or when you see a mothership look. This thing is a very advanced ship that has a different form to it that is totally different than anything I've ever seen before in my life.
Wow. Agreed.
And
also,
really the person that recorded this, he wanted to try to wean out some possibilities, so he asked people to look at any sky tracker apps.
Look at that orb that's kind of like right near it. See that thing?
There's another one right here. It's
but
very,
look at the one on the top
tiny.
right of it, man. That thing is like pulsating. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's
and then
amazing.
the pulsating begins. But the thing is about this pulsating, it comes at very, very strange intervals. It could be 1 second. It could be 2-3 seconds.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
it looks like
The pulsating is it recharging at all times. So it's a Earth atmosphere has a lot of kinetic energy and everything, and it pulsates through that. That's why when they come down and everything, even specifically for the pyramids,
and
we have to recharge it.
And we have like 18 people in the queue, so I want to rotate it a little bit here. I'm going to try to bring one person up here and kind of switch it out. We have almost 20 people on the queue here that want to come up, so I can't get everybody up here at once. I don't want to do that. But let me take a look here. I'm going to bring Python Patty up first. I will get to everybody in the queue, I promise you. And we'll bring Python Patty up. I don't usually do multiple interviews here, but I'm going to just do this here.
Look at
And
it
again,
move. Look at it move. Look
Yeah,
at it move.
as
Yeah,
you
look at
can
that.
see, there's another orb right here. It's going in
Yeah.
and out of existence, pretty much,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
our existence. See that pulsating? That is,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take it back a little bit so you guys could see the full
Okay.
beach, because it's reflecting off of the sand, and
Oh,
sand
wow.
is it's reflective enough because of the glass that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
So when it starts pulsating, you could see in the front that it's reflecting off of the sand right there. So,
Wow.
and then
That's
actually,
crazy.
so this is what the beach cam looks like right now.
Right now, is that current live right now, or is that?
Yeah, so you guys can look up friends of ibsp.org and you can check out this beach cam right now. As you
Okay.
can see, no giant green smiling orb in the sky.
Not
But
now.
here,
Not anyway.
it's a different
We can,
story.
I'm going to bring up the other person. I don't know what happened to them. Michelle, let's see. I'm taking a look at who wants to come up here. I'm going to bring up Edleen. Edleen, will bring her up, and then we're going to go. I will get to everybody here at 12:08. This is Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show, and we'll see if she's able to. Edleen, welcome to Encounters. Are you there? Edleen? Hello? Yes, talk into your mic or turn up your volume on your phone. You got it?
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. I'm going to follow you back. And welcome to our show. I have cancer fighter Eddie, and also we've been talking, and we got Star showing us some really amazing stuff here. What would you like to share with us regarding what we're looking at right now?
Oh, we were just discussing it here. I think it's amazing, and we're taking it as lovingly, and not like something to be afraid of. You know.
Yes, yes, and that's the way people should take it. This is I feel energy of things. I can see energy or feel energy from video footage when I look at it, and that's definitely, if it came out of the ocean, that's definitely a very advanced spaceship that's not physical like we would have a physical spaceship. It's just going to be, we have to get our
out right there.
Yeah, see it, there's another one coming out of the ship.
And there's the flash. Wow. And there's another
That's
one that
crazy.
just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Wow.
You guys can clearly see, it's like, let me try to zoom in more.
The
Yeah,
gov can shove that one.
Okay, we gotta be careful. We have to be careful.
I know.
You have to be careful.
I know.
So I can see with my own eyes, there's one off to the corner here. So that's 1, 2, 3, one right below it. 5, 6, there's one up here. 7, 8. So there's 8 of these orbs just floating around. This one is the biggest one.
It's bigger than any regular drone.
It hasn't moved. It hasn't done anything. There's no FAA lights on it flashing.
Yeah.
Some of these orbs fade in and out. I thought these were stars at first. That's how still they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have no idea what this is. This looks very, even this looks really.
I love this one because of the orb ship that came out from the center, the bottom of the big ship that was just there. That was like that air is like amazing.
So this is where the stream starts, and I'm just gonna scrub my fingers so you guys can see how it moves. I'm going pretty slowly, as you could tell. Like it's pulsating, but it's barely moving, and it almost disappears in its own. Like it doesn't move, but it's just disappearing from the top down.
And just to let people know, this is at nighttime, correct?
Yes, this is at 8:30 p.m.
This is not during the day. There's no sun up. This is at nighttime.
And this was 2 hours after the moon rose.
And it's not swamp gas. I think it's a Delon Bauer. This is not swamp gas. It shows you how, for entertainment and educational purposes only, you need to learn a little bit about what these things are. They're Delon or whatever it is. But this is definitely not swamp gas.
So I'm going to play it, and it pulsates, and then it changes like to this half shape.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, this is a live stream. There were thousands of people that saw the same exact thing last night at 8:30 p.m.
And
Wow.
I'm going to be just, I want to give some equal, people up here. Mama Ferg is going to be up here. I don't usually do this, but I'm taking my chances here. And we have Edleen, we have Cancer Fighter, Star Knowledge, my friend, and also let's see if this person's able to get on here with me. Unless TikTok is having some problems. Some people it's spinning around. If you end up not coming on and it keeps spinning, it's a TikTok thing, not me. I just brought this person up. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to bring some people up, let some people down, and we're going to switch it off a little bit. Cancer Fighter, I want to thank you, man, for being up here.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
I'm going to thank you for sharing new information. Let me just do this here. Let's do this. And also, let's see here. I'm going to bring another new person up with us here. And let me see who that's going to be. We'll bring up, I'm going to bring up, let's see. I'm looking at a lot of, I got so many people to look at here. I think we'll bring up Buddha. Where'd she go? Gosh almighty. A California girl, let me see. I'm just trying to be figuring out who I'm doing here. Let's see. Mama Cecilia. Okay, Nadine. I'll bring up Buddha, I think, if they're coming up here. And you're watching Encounters. We're actually looking at some really extraordinary footage from a beach cam. Buddha, welcome to the show. Bud.
Hello.
Hello. Can you are you able to? I'm just saying how many. Yeah, I'm going to follow you. So you're good. You're at 54 followers. So what do you, as you're looking at all this amazing stuff that we're talking about on this footage, what do you want to share with us?
Yeah, so that is amazing. But I have an alternate theory, if that's allowed.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a spaceship coming from the ocean. But go ahead. What's your alternate theory?
So, have you heard of Dr. Michael Newton?
Vaguely. What's this Dr. Michael's theory or perception?
Okay, so he is so he basically did hypnotherapy and reincarnation. Okay.
Okay.
And so he talked to a lot of patients and he stumbled upon this. Okay, this was not his focus. He didn't want to get into this.
Right.
So he stumbled into this. Got into deep hypnotherapy one time and stumbled into it and got into someone's in between lives and basically connected to a lot of different patients and their stories connected. And basically it aligns with these orbs. It presents the same, these balls of light, these balls of energy. So what if these are us? These are our beings, our presence.
And what do you mean when you say our beings? What do you mean by that specifically?
So
You mean souls?
our souls, yes.
Possible theory. What are you gonna say, Eddie?
Okay, so I lived in Hawaii, and there is a place, and it's also Hawaiian lore, on the island of Kauai, that there is a place where souls come in specifically for, I don't know if it's for that region or for this planet, but they have an old legend that the souls come in there, or they come in from that place. Of course, there are many different stories, but that is one. But That's a good theory. It is a really good theory, and you could be right. Those balls of light could be us, and we're just now seeing that, because I was talking earlier about that plasma ball, and about people reaching that high energetic state to be able to leave their bodies, and we're seeing them as light ships.
Yeah. So that theory is plausible, but my sense is with this particular thing, and I do read energy of videos when I check all these UFO videos out. This thing is definitely this definitely is a spaceship. It's just, the energy is so strong in my feelings here. I wouldn't say that if I thought it was like a drone thingy or something else. But I think that theory in general is plausible. If we saw something like that, I would say maybe there is something out there that people are saying that goes with that theory. I do believe everything is possible. So here's the
thing, though. In his books, he even states that the people in his books talk about there being other planets, that there being, people talking about,
Them being other planets.
There being other planets, and so there being souls traveling from other planets. So it's still fully plausible that this is still.
And when beings travel, let's say the beings travel from other planets, decide to come to Earth and leave their body in stasis. You know what stasis is? Does anybody know what that is? That word? It means my body. And I'm going to be a prime example. I'm going to use myself as an example for entertainment purposes only. My space body is on a spaceship right now in stasis on a ship that is protecting all the bodies. My body is alive and well. Myself, I am taller than I am now. And my consciousness is out of my body in my human body. So I have the human consciousness, and this goes through kind of what you're saying. So I came here in the physical body as a baby, and then my cosmic consciousness became activated now when I was an adult. So in terms of what you're saying, it is definitely, I would take that theory and use it in my definition of that as a starseed, included in the theory.
I'm just showing you guys, again, like what it looks like right now versus last night.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. And we're gonna, and I want to, I think it's Buddha. I want to thank you for that theory. I thought that's very plausible. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm going to try to get everybody. I'm going to democratically try to get everybody out here and on here. So thank you for coming up. I appreciate that. You're great. And let's see here the next person. Let me see who I'm going to pick next. And I'm very random here, so I've got 23 people that want to come on here. So let me see. Let's see. We'll go with Linda Martinez on Encounters.
You know what? It kind of looks like a macaroon a little bit.
Yeah. Like, oh, look at that. It looks like there's like a field above it a little bit, like a double field. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It could be the imaging.
Actually, no, it's not, because
look at that. That's really weird. I just noticed that.
It disappears, and actually this orb fades in and out of our reality.
Yeah, no, really. Let's see here. Let's see who else. Linda disappeared from this reality. Let me see here. Mary, we'll bring Mary up. Mary Birchfield. Did I get Mary up here? And they're watching Encounters. We are definitely taking your questions on here about what's going on with this. Mary Birchfield. Mary, we're going to follow you. And Mary, can you come on camera?
Yes, how do I do that?
And then turn your volume up on your mic because you're a little bit low. Other than that, you're good. So this is, usually I don't do multi-guest options. I don't bring a lot of people up. I do usually one at a time, but let's see. So on the thing, Mary, just press the camera. You'll see a little line. Press it and save it. You'll be right on the screen. It's somewhere on your TikTok there.
Why? What are you trying to do?
Nope.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
And all right. So Mary, welcome to the show. Star Knowledge, my friend Eddie's here. We have Star here with us.
So if you
Edleen,
notice,
who's listening.
if you notice, sorry for interrupting, but the pulsating doesn't start until the 4 minute and 58 mark in my video. So I just walked it a little bit, and as you can see, it's not. It rose out of the sky.
Yeah.
Out of the sea, I mean, and the pulsating starts at a very strange time. It looks like it would almost like waited to form its shape,
interesting.
and then start like getting energy from the earth. Like it's just the weirdest thing. It can manipulate the energy. I don't know if this could be seen with the human eye.
Yeah. I would think if I was on the beach that night, I know personally, I think I would have seen this.
Yeah, see, it starts pulsating here. It's just weird. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Hey, and let's introduce Mary. Mary, welcome to the show. And what would you like to bring forth on what we're showing right now?
Thank you. I took a lot of pictures back in 2011 and even some back in 2010. And I was seeing orbs by the thousands coming from my yard. And I showed them to a lot of people back then. And a lot of people were saying the same thing to me, saying those are spirits. And they're really colorful. I posted about the 8th or 9th video on my thing on my page has the orb pictures. And it's only a few I took off my computer back then. Unfortunately, my laptop broke and I never retrieved all the rest of the pictures. I still have the laptop and still need to retrieve the pictures off of it. And I have thousands of pictures like this. Yeah. But if you look at them, it's crazy. They came in every shape, color. You could see them, but not as great as you can in a photo, if that makes any sense.
It does.
But they were literally everywhere. I couldn't even go out there at night and take a picture and just see the actual background of my yard. Or I was actually out there trying to take pictures of just the yard. And I worked on second shift back then, and I'd come home and, just go out and take pictures. I'm a really like the outdoors, and then I started catching these things, and it was just phenomenal. And I did it for a couple of years, and then I stopped because a lot of people weren't interested, and so I just gave up. It was like people said, well, it's spirits, and so I felt like I had my answer, and then I just quit taking pictures. And I have been meaning to go back out there since this all started again, because I'm still living in the same exact place, and
really? Okay.
I can capture them again, but I haven't tried lately.
So what do you think about what you're seeing here? This, and again, I've come to the conclusion after watching this for a while, for everybody in the audience, that the beach cam here picked up an enormous spaceship that is nothing like any ship I've seen come out of the depths of the ocean out there and came up, and it also released other orb objects. Now, how big those orbs would be if they were sitting on the beach, I have no idea from my perception of reality. That object there was quite enormous. It's quite big if you look at it. If that was on the beach, that thing would be huge.
Oh, yeah. It looks bigger than the moon.
Yeah, absolutely bigger than the moon.
I figured out what it is.
You did?
For entertainment purposes only. Eddie, I knew you had figured it out. I can count on Eddie for the information. Oh, Mary, I want to thank you. I'm going to try to get everybody up here. I got so many people on the queue here. It's crazy.
Thank you all so much, and I'll stay and listen.
All right, I appreciate you, and I'm following you as well.
Thank you.
Bring Mary down. Let's see here. I'm going to be let's see here. Who am I going to bring up here? 1111 Divine Light is next. 1111 Divine Light is our next guest. And we're going to try to get everybody through here before 1 o'clock in the morning. 1111 Divine Light, welcome to the show. And I'm going to follow you. Can you bring your camera
on? No, I just have a microphone, but I'm in the bed though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, forget that. Don't worry about that. So what do you think about this? This is a really amazing, with all the stuff going on. This is something the media is not showing on ABC News or CNN. This is really interesting stuff.
Yeah. And so before there was a TikTok and we have all these phones and videos and footage that we have, which is great because everybody's able to kind of capture things from their own perspective. Before that, I used to follow a guy on YouTube. His name was Steve Olson, and the young lady, the lady was just on, talked about what she was recording back in 2012 and 2011. I was kind of following this type of stuff on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And so this object here, this guy, his name was Steve Olson. He had a channel called, and it was banned off of YouTube. It's called Whale. I think it was called Wormwood Observatory something. I can't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, they would go on FAA cams across the country that you could just go on FAA cams, and they would see this object here. FAA cams in Alaska, FAA cams, pretty much all over the world or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the cams, yeah.
Yeah, and this object here would appear on the FAA cam, and they would talk about it or whatever. And there was a couple of guys out there, Jeff P., Wayne Steiger, a lot of these guys, they would kind of team up and talk about and things like that. And they were kind of, big into the whole contrail, chemtrail type thing or whatever. I don't want to say anything to get in trouble. But anyway, they would talk about this here. And one thing they did say that it was some type of luminary or some type of spiritual type thing or whatever. And it's just funny about all what's going on now and with the drones and things like that. But these guys was tracking this with FAA webcams and and looking with this. And but yeah, it has been around. I was following them, and like the lady said, I would talk to people about it, but nobody was really kind of interested in it.
Yeah,
but it's good.
Look where we are now.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is not even the time for contact, because I've talked about this with my friend April. Our space family and our personal space family and our space family in general of the councils, there will not be any direct physical contact in the 2026. But being that said, watch as we get into 2025 for increased sightings all over the place, including over our oceans.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? The funny thing is, there's not one person in Washington, for entertainment purposes only, the Pentagon press conferences, nobody knows what they are. Isn't that amazing? They don't have any. I know what they are. The ones that we're looking at here, they have no idea what they are. And these are the people that, and for my opinion only, for the last 7 years, were covering up all this. So nobody would know anything. But now we know, because they can't cover it up, because the spaceships, these orbs are showing themselves up for purposes of telling people, now, hey, look, we've been here. Wake up. Don't believe everything you've been told by your governments. We are here. We're going to show you who we are. We're going to come out of the ocean like this thing. We're going to come from the skies, and you're going to see us. That's the first step.
Right. And the significant thing is that, there's no heat signature with it. So it's it's non-electronic, right?
Right.
So there's no physical component that can cause it to fly or to float or to move or whatever we're used to with our own what do you call it, thermodynamics or whatever we're used to, that we create objects that fly in the sky, and this does not adhere to it. Then that means that they don't know.
And I gotta make it clear, like someone said, orbs are ours. The orbs are the things that are not Earth-based, that are not ours. They don't belong to us. We don't produce them. We don't create them. Those are the non-terrestrial. Those are the space people, the space beings. That's their particular method of travel. The orbs have nothing to do with our Earth-based technology. Someone said you got to reverse it. The things that are looking mechanical that you're seeing in the sky, part of that has to do, if for entertainment purposes only, our own government using things to confuse people and to also monitor the orbs. We are sending things up to monitor the spaceships that look different than what we call a spaceship, but they are. And we're setting up to monitor them because we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Hey, 1111, I appreciate you coming up here. I'm going to try to get everybody up here.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you very much. All right. Hey, thanks. I'm following you now. I'm going to do this here. And we'll do definitely a couple more. And let me see. We got so many people here. Let's see. We have a lot of people. Let me see where to go here. I'm trying to figure out where to go here.
While
I'm gonna
while you're
go.
searching, I kind of just want to mention one thing.
Okay, continue on. Yeah.
There's no way that the government or anybody that has any type of control over the general public can hide anything of this because, unfortunately for them, there are live cams everywhere. And I believe live cams. As you can see, I actually just saw a SpaceX live cam footage of these orbs that were just appearing and disappearing, and it looks exactly like the star-like orbs, that UFOs that I see every night in my backyard.
Yeah.
And then moments after these orbs were shown on the SpaceX live footage, there's a video actually on here, I could send it to you. But shortly after, they took the webcam down.
Oh, wow. Interesting. It goes to figure. And we have Star Knowledge here. He is working with the Star Knowledge Conferences. You've never seen the Star Knowledge Conferences. They're all over they're very big, and a lot of people in the field can speak at them. We have Edlin there. Star is narrating this beach cam. We have Nadine. Nadine, welcome to our program. Nadine? Is Nadine there? I think she's sleeping. Okay, we're bringing her. Let's see. So sometimes I think people are sleeping, but we're going to just be random here. We have 25 people. I'm going to bring, I think it's Abra J. Abra J is going to be our next guest. Hopefully Abra J is not sleeping. Abra J, welcome. Did I pronounce that right? Welcome to the show, Abra. Are you there? Okay, I think they're sleeping too. Are you there, Abra? Hello? Okay. That's not happening. This is interesting. Let me just go here. We're going to go up the ladder here. Or down the ladder. We're going to bring up Just Me. Hope Just Me's awake. Just Me. Good evening, Just Me. I hope you're awake with us. Are you there? Hello?
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Get me out.
Catch you out. Okay, we're going to take you out here. I'm sorry. Your inner spirit must have brought you up here, so we'll take you down. Let's go. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see here. How many more people? We're going to bring Lisa, Arizona artist. We'll bring Lisa up. I hope she meant to come up here. Lisa?
Listen, I have a few things I'd like to say about SpaceX and Musk. I don't trust anything that I see coming off of that.
Yeah.
And but this blue orb that you're talking about, I saw that when I was a child, and my father witnessed it too. In our backyard, we could see it. I was standing at the window screaming. It was like a crystal clear ball with all the lights on the inside, and it was close. It was between the house next door, which is across the street. Back then we had big yards, and our house, and you could clearly see it, and you got the sense of there was something looking at you. And I was sitting there screaming at screaming at the window, and my dad came in, and when he turned the light on, of course everything went black, but he saw it before the light went on. And we went to the kitchen, and we sat down at the table. He poured me a glass of water. We didn't say a word for hours. And I never saw anything like that. And so I never mentioned to anybody. In our neighborhood in Dallas, we saw UFOs with the whole neighborhood. We watched the jets chase them. Went across and went zoom up the sky kind of stuff. So I never told anybody about these orbs because I couldn't have seen that because it doesn't look like a UFO. Right. And then about 10 years ago, somebody had a picture of one. I'm going, oh my God, that's what I saw. And I don't think that the orbs and the saucers are the same people. And I don't think the orbs, the saucers, and the Tic Tacs are the same. Well, I call them people, right? I don't think they're the same either. I think, I can basically say it's like a zoo. There are things coming in to visit us all the time. But I get these feelings, and for some reason, I look behind or I look up, and there they are. And
That's exactly
I've
right.
seen photographs, and I've been with people when I've had these feelings, and they've seen them too.
Yeah.
I've
Go
even
it.
turned in reports to MUFON. I have never been abducted. I have no missing time or anything like that.
Well, that's
But
good.
boy, when I feel them, I feel them.
Yeah,
You know,
same with me. Over the years, as soon as I sense it, I look up, they're there, just exactly like you're saying. I would
you know,
suppose I don't know if most people do that, but I would say when I was working at the DJing, doing reggae music in Elkington, Connecticut one night, I was setting up my albums because back then everything was, roots rock and reggae. We had albums, right? Everybody. And I'm going outside. I hear an English voice in my consciousness say, look up. And I was like saying, I have to look up. It says, look up. I go outside, and in the parking lot above this condo complex, and it's all wooded behind on a big hill, is a huge spaceship about 2 football fields in length. I won't go totally into it, but just based on what you're saying, it told me to look up. I looked up, and there was a spaceship.
why does it tell me to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go outside and look up? I know. And I saw the 90, I'm in Arizona.
Right.
Yeah, I saw the lights. And let me tell you, with the stuff that's been going on lately, I've made a point not to go outside. Nope, I'll pass this time.
You'll pass this
You know,
time? You don't want to
I'll
go
pass
outside, do
this
you?
time. I didn't go see the meteor showers because they hide in the meteor showers. This is what drives me crazy. I'm going, the report I had to move on, and there were 3 people with me. We sat there
Yeah.
and watched this thing. I'm going, that is not a meteor. Meteor don't go back and forth and up, and they
Yeah.
don't go back and across. They don't do that. And I said, well, it's a
Yeah.
meteor shower. Surely somebody else saw it, but they
Yeah.
don't see them, or they don't recognize that they see them most of the time. I think that's the clue. They
Yeah.
don't recognize that they see them because they see a cloud, but they don't realize clouds don't go backwards.
Yeah. And now people are really now, Lisa, people are, and I think on my panel, we can all agree that as these things are so profound in our lives now, as we look at them, more and more of these things are happening. And, it's only going to increase in next year. Now, I know there's some people out there, and if I had to poll my audience, you would think that maybe we're having contact next, like before 2026. I still will stay still on that. And on Saturday night, you'll find out why we're not changing the timeline on 2026. There's a really good reason for it. And we're going to get into why there's things happening now that's before contact. And like everything is divine timing. So the divine timings from a space perspective, it's not something we as human beings understand a space perspective of divine timing for contact, but we will. And when Saturday night, you're going to understand why things are not being rushed. Things are happening in a way that's going to flow in a more beautiful way for all of us. I think, Eddie, you would agree with me on that you can't rush it. It has to be, it's all meant to happen. It's been meant to happen, but it's been meant to happen at a certain period in our lives as a planet.
Well, absolutely. One of the things that we have a hard time with is we don't. We can fathom seconds, right? If we stare at a clock, we can look at the seconds, and then if we lived our life by the seconds, then we wouldn't we wouldn't have a really good definition of the hour, and then or the day or the week. And usually when we change perspectives like that, we can't really focus on what the other ones are like, right? So we know the that's why the Mayan had the Bach tunes, the different measurements of time, and they didn't focus on one; they focused on all of them, and they did a lot of really high math with that. But they were able to determine certain things with that, and that's one of the things that us as humans we live by this time watch thing that because we live in a society where everything is going pretty fast, and it moves at a pace. The day goes by pretty fast, so it's hard for us to fathom the fact that we're in a 1,000-year stretch right now, where everything is, everything is, we're getting more galactic light from the central sun of the Milky Way galaxy, and that's just starting. That's just starting, and and so when that happens, we're coming into the galactic spring, and what we're experiencing is all these old, new energies that we're waking up. Everything is waking up. I mean, and in that, so we're seeing all these beings, we're seeing all these things. Everything's coming to life in our solar system. Everything.
It is.
Do you know who Alan Stern is?
No.
Okay, Alan Stern is the one who took all the photographs of the stuff on the moon, the shapes on the moon. There's a book. He's been in a couple of movies. He's been interviewed a lot. He got a lot of pressure from the government to kind of disappear. And, I've kind of worried about him for the past few years. But I think this staging and the things that are happening now has been planned not only for a very long time, but I think it's coming from the moon because of if you look up his stuff, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's stuff up there that, it looks like turrets. It looks like buildings. You don't find perfect squares on planets. The moon has them, and he took them.
And you know that the moon, and I've talked about this because I also am a star person, that the moon is actually a intergalactic space station that was put there millions and millions of years ago.
I don't know about that, but possible.
I do.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I know you don't, but I'm just giving you that information. It's not. The moon is not a natural moon. It's an artificial structure. Inside the moon is intergalactic stuff going on. It's not a real structure that way. It was put here like intergalactics millions of years ago.
So is that why Musk doesn't care about going to the moon, wants to go straight to Mars?
Well, I don't care about
that's
Elon.
a weird. I'm just saying, isn't that a weird thing? Because that would imply that the government already knows what the moon is, and they're not interested in that. That's why they want to go to Mars.
Well, they can't go to Mars anyway. I'm going to tell you why. Now,
the X-rays, yeah.
No. The reason why they can't go to Mars is because it's an inhabited planet with 10 to 15 million Martians living within the planet itself.
Yeah, but they can't go anyway because of the my dad was a physicist. The radiation that they would incur between going from Earth to Mars and making a one-way trip to begin with, but they could not survive a double-way trip because the cancer would kill them because of the radiation. But they don't tell people that part. And Mark Kelly lives here. And he'll tell you about them going through you.
So the radiation, where's this? Are you talking about space radiation or radiation?
Yeah, space radiation.
Okay. I got you.
Mark Kelly has talked about the fact that even with your eyes closed, when it hits, you can see it. And it penetrates the whole body. Yeah.
Well, I've got 29 more people to try to get through between now and 1 a.m. So I don't want to try to cut people off, but I do want to thank you for coming up and sharing some information.
Yeah, thanks, sweetie. We're watching them here in Tucson too.
Oh, good. All right, Lisa, I'm following you too. I should be following you. I am actually following you now. So there you go. Okay. All right, thanks for coming up.
Next time, later. Bye.
All right, later. Let me take her down. I'm going to try to get to everybody here. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I do want to show in a minute. I'm actually happy to just see what we're looking at here. Let's see, man, where to go here is amazingly. Let me just go to the names here. I'm going to be very random here. No foul language on the show, no kids on the show, no trolls on the show, no politics, no religion, no paranormal discussion, no drugs, drinking on the show, no smoking, no cursing. Let's see. We're going to bring on, I think it's Von Dawn, I think it is. Vonna Dawn. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Vonda. Yeah, Vonda. Vonda, are you there? I think she went to sleep. Vonda, are you with us? Maybe if I send some galactic energy over to her, we'll wake her up. Vonda. Vonda, this is CmdrAleon from the Ashtar Command. Can you hear me? I think Vonda is sleeping. We'll have to bring her down. Unfortunately, I know that can happen. People can fall asleep in the queue. Let's see here. Is there anyone who's not asleep in the queue?
We will try to bring up with all these people. Man, it's crazy. We're going to bring up, I think, Yardia. I think it's Yardia. I hope Yardia is not sleeping. Let's see what Yardia is doing. Let's see what happens here. I think it's Yarnia or Yardia. And I know TikTok's been acting kind of up on technical things. I bet that person's not going to be able to stay because it's going to keep going in circles. You're watching Encounters, and I think she's having problems with her TikTok. Let's see here. And we have so many beautiful people in here in the queue. I think we're going to bring up California. We'll bring up California because the other person's having problems. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yeah, it looks like TikTok's having some problems. I'm trying to bring people up, and we're having problems with that. So, all right, I'm going to bring up that person disappeared. The TikTok is not working for them. You're watching Encounters. We're going to bring up some more watching the webcam from the beach. We'll bring up this person. I'm just going to go through the queue of people that are trying to come up here and see who makes it. That person's not able to make it. That one's not, their TikTok's not working right. Yanni, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Are you there?
Yeah, what's up? How are you?
Can you bring your volume up a little bit or talk into the phone?
Oh, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing?
We're doing good. And can you tell us, with all the stuff we're showing this beach cam, which is incredible footage of a spaceship coming out of the ocean with other little craft being released. What would you like to bring to the show tonight?
I remember speaking to you. I spoke to you, right?
Yeah.
And I remember telling you that like I observed a orb or some sort with no identification of blinkers or nothing from one location to another. I observed how well this kind of transcend to my destination from another, and it didn't obviously seem like just like a helicopter or a drone, not even like a drone that you're seeing right now. And the whole point was I watched it watch me while I was under the tree, like just really just having another conversation. But while I'm having that conversation, I watched it for an hour or so, watch it. But my reason of watching it and awareness to watching it, right? So we live in, let's say we're in North Miami, Florida. If you know the area, then you know. So that area is obviously somewhat like government protected airspace wise, because they're going to need that all protected to be able to safely, fly any type of aerial craft vehicles.
But there's a lot of UFO activity there.
Yeah.
Not even. That's just, you just got to think about this. Airspace. Airspace is different. You can't just throw something in the air.
It's a picture on my
I wouldn't even get into that right now. Like, on your story?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a picture on her story. Like if you go look at that right now, that's like as close as you can see right there. Like is drones. Like literally a drone.
So just to let you know, Yanni, this thing here is not a drone. This is a spaceship. Just to give you a correction on that.
I know what you're saying, but you got to break it down and you got to let them eat it little by little. You can't grab. They won't be able to grasp this information. Obviously, like it's no way. So at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is like, look, it's right there in the sky. But at the end of the day, look, what I'm telling you right now is basically like they're only observing what we were already observing in the sky. Because why would something be in the airspace, the Miami international airspace, where international flights are coming in? You know how manned and protected that is and scanned? That is radars all over. So if something has no blinkers, no nothing, and it's high above, like I'm talking about like safe enough for like flights to be right next to it, then you got to know that there's a different type of situation going on there. And then
right, it's one, and it was one person said in our comments here on encounters, people have to understand non-terrestrial spacecraft do not uh, abide by Earth-based travel laws. There's no way they have to, nor should they. They do what they want to do. They're coming here. They're going to go wherever they want to go. Whether they come through where you are, you're also in the Bermuda Triangle, which has got a long history of four Air Force pilots in the 1940s, I think it was, that disappeared. And they said when they came through into the Bermuda Triangle, they came across a landmass that looked like it was purple, different colors, looking totally different than the normal airspace or ground space along the ocean or coastal area of Florida, and they disappeared. They never found these guys. They all disappeared, and they never found their Air Force planes. There were four of them. So you're in the triangle. You're actually right in the triangle in Miami.
Okay, so remember when we saw the moon? Remember when? All right, so I came back another time, and I told you, like, bro, we watched the moon, like most people probably never witnessed that, but the moon rise like little by little from the deepest parts of the ocean. The other side of the Bahamas is right across from us, so that's way past.
At 12.
Yeah, that like that, like whatever. So
Yeah.
The location is basically Lantana Beach, and right across from there is the Caribbean, starting with the Bahamas and places like that. So way past them, this giant, like, obviously it's the moon. This is what it's supposed to be, but like, who's seen the moon ever do that? Like, if you ever watched like a anime or anything like that, that was like Dragon Ball Z. When you get the super red moon, like you don't really see that. Like, and
Yeah.
watch it like literally take its time, come off the water. Like I was with somebody and they started getting scared, and I'm like, what are we supposed to get scared for? Like I'm like, I don't know what this is, but maybe
It was late at night.
I'm like, maybe this is what you call a phantom
ship. The
ship.
moon doesn't rise at 1 in the morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. The moon doesn't rise at 1 in the morning or 9 a.m. or whenever.
You know what? I'm getting at 12:53. I'm not going to try to rush everybody, but I've got like over 20 people on the queue here. So I wanted to bring you up, get some, let you come on here. We'll talk more. And I want to thank you, man, for coming back on again at almost 1 in the morning here. So Yanni, thank you, man. And thank you for, I think, your better half. Thank you. And we appreciate you guys. All right. Let me do this here. I'm going to see if I can get some more of the people out here. Let's see who we got. And we're coming up to 1 a.m. We're going to bring up Elizabeth. We're going to see if Elizabeth, and if I don't get you on tonight, folks, we'll get you on Thursday evening. Everybody, you can come back on cue. Elizabeth, welcome to Encounters. Elizabeth, are you with us? Silence is golden, right? Elizabeth, are you there? You're on the spaceship right now. No, that's not working. I thought if I said spaceship, that might work. I think she's sleeping. Let me go. I'm going to bring up Ashley. Ashley's awake, I hope. Ashley should be awake. And we have Star Knowledge. We have Eddie, my close friend out there. We also have Star with us narrating what happened just a few nights ago over a beach cam in New Jersey. Ashley, welcome. You're awake.
Hi. I was gonna snore.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Good. How are you?
Good.
I didn't have any big news. I just was gonna just tell you real quick two encounters my brother had when it was probably 20 years ago. He was in an apartment about 20 years old, or no, he would have been, so it would have been 30 years ago. And he was in his apartment, and him and his girlfriend were sitting on a couch, and he said a blue orb came through his window and went right in front of them between the couch and TV and went around the hallway and down the hallway, and they were like, what the heck? And they finally got up to go see, but when they got up to go see where it went, it was gone. But yeah, like he said, it was probably the size a little bit bigger than a softball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
But
And some of these orbs actually are definitely extraterrestrial intelligence, and some are not. But again, if it is extraterrestrial intelligence, some of them are and been documented that way. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool how it like came in through the window, and curved around and went down the hallway.
Yeah.
And then recently, my brother had just had a stroke a couple months ago, but I would say it was last year. He was playing his video game and he had his headset on, and his wife walked into the room, and he took the headset off on one ear and looked at her, but he couldn't hear what she was saying. He wasn't paying attention to what she was saying, because he said there was a being that was 9 feet tall. It was a woman. He said looked like an angel. And he said he didn't even think about what his wife was saying, and he said it brought him immediate love, and he said he started crying. He said he was crying. He felt so much love from it.
Wow.
And it was just so beautiful. But yeah, I just wanted to just say that. I just thought about that.
Well, that's a beautiful story to share, because that is very very true. The angelic beings, everybody, are also, they have planetary worlds. People think in the world of the angelics that they would not have a world that is very pristine and what have you, but the angelic realm, they do have their own planets, they have their own families, and people in the 3D world would think angels wouldn't have families, but in the cosmic world, you see, angels, just like humans, have families too. They're just angelic beings and of a higher state of consciousness. This is where I bust the matrix. I bust the matrix. And how could you say that angelic beings have families and live on a planet? Because they do.
Just in different ways.
We
call it a realm. The only reason why we call it a realm is because different frequency, different experience, different kind of world. Nothing like ours. Nothing. Like ours.
Totally different. Absolutely right. I know it's getting to be 1 o'clock, and it's almost past my cosmic time to go off planet. We're going to have to continue this discussion. Everybody in queue, I might take one more guest up here, and then we're going to call it a night. And believe me, I will get you all up tomorrow night if you all want to come up. Well, I'm going to do individual interviews. I like doing it that way, but tonight I kind of opened it up to the floor a little bit. So, Ashley, thank you. Ashley's also one of my moderators. I appreciate you and everything you do for me on here. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night. I'll be listening.
All right. I'm going to bring Ashley down. I'm going to bring one more person up, and I'm going to see who that's going to be here. I have no idea. Let's see. I think we're going to go with, if she's awake, Nina Lovegood. Nina Lovegood on Encounters here, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on the planet Earth.
Hi, Nina. Hi, my friend Nina.
Hi, Star. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Nina.
I don't know if you guys have seen the recent video of the one that looks like the Enoch wheel.
No, I haven't.
The plasma ball.
Yeah.
The plasma ball. I've seen that.
Yeah. It was mind blowing. Really.
Yeah.
I don't have words for it.
Yeah, just the experience of seeing it is, it makes you speechless.
And then I don't know if anybody wants to pay attention, but I mean, there are also correlations with the 411 and increases of disappearances here recently.
Can you tell us about the disappearances? Is that related to what's happening in our skies with these objects?
It depends on where you are and what you believe in. Some people think that it has to do with other dimensions that are on top of ours.
Interesting.
And then the man who started the series of 411, the missing people. People don't realize that a lot of these disappearances happen where a lot of sightings are. They also happen in national parks, and in national parks, people don't realize that national parks don't have to report disappearances.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I live at the very bottom of the Appalachia. So we see sightings. We get weird things that happen in the sky. My sister, oddly enough, when the lunar eclipse happened this year, she actually got a video and she thought it was a comet. She actually went onto the websites. There were no comets around, and we still don't know what it is. I'll have her send the video to me, and next time you're on live, I'll see if you guys want to. I can bring it up, or I'll send it to you and you can show it.
You can send it to me and also bring it up. I'd like you to bring it up so we can show it to everybody too.
Okay, absolutely.
You got a deal.
Honestly, from far away, it's sort of, don't bark. Sorry, that was my fiance's dog.
Okay.
To me, it almost looks like a plasmoid, but she also didn't really zoom in on it. So I can't tell what exactly it is, but there have been a lot more sightings around here. And not many know that Georgia also has one of the, it's not one of the biggest, but it's a pretty important petroleum system and holding for the military bases.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So there's also sightings around there, and that's in Athens. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just pretty amazing that everybody has their theories. I honestly believe that some of the ones, you can obviously tell they're not out of this world. They kind of look hokey, man-made.
And you know this, Nina, too, that right now, and again, for entertainment purposes only, even though the Pentagon's saying in press conferences to the media that they have no idea what these things are, on a top secret level, for entertainment purposes only, I will say this, in my opinion only, not to get in trouble here, that I believe that they are, in my opinion, sending up craft that they've never sent up before to confuse people.
Oh, you're right on the nose with that. And you're not too far off, although I do believe that it's not all of them that are ours. I think
that's right. You're right about that,
especially
too.
the ones we can't explain are them. And I think, we all know what's been happening around the world, and especially in the US, and how this earth is being treated, especially with this year when we set the ocean literally on fire. It's not too far off base to think that they're eventually going to intervene.
Well, that's what's happening, right? You just mentioned something very extremely important, I think, as we're all watching the show here, that this is the ones that are the spaceships, the ones that are living in the oceans, the space people that live in the depths of our oceans. There are cities in our oceans that are very advanced. I told this, Eddie and I talked about this earlier at the beginning of the show. And you also have, it's not one or the other. Some people think it's only can be one way. There's no one way. You're dealing with multi-dimensional realities, different dimensional realities. There's no one specific set of rules here. If there was, we'd be pretty limited. The space consciousness has no limitation. The only limitation is 8 billion people on Earth being believed and programmed into a system of limited thinking. With limited thinking, we therefore don't see anything other than what our limited thinking is teaching us to see. If we break out of limited consciousness to unlimited consciousness, we understand that things exist everywhere. But with limited consciousness, we see nothing except what's in front of us.
Right. We try to quantify everything as humans and try to make things make sense when there's a lot of stuff that don't. There's It's the, back in the day, there used to be a lot of talk about spontaneous combustion. And like that's a thing, I guess, that people spontaneously explode their body. But it's a phenomena, and it probably still happens, but they still can't explain how or why it happens. They have theories about it, but people disappearing from these mysterious places and so on, right? But here's something. Your house could be on a mysterious place.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, literally, right. It could be on a burial mound or like a sacred site that people used to go to travel to other dimensions, or we don't know.
Landlines.
Let's face it, our current human society built things on land that we have no idea what the land was before. So you could have built a whole neighborhood on an intergalactic portal, and all of a sudden you're seeing all these spaceships coming around your neighborhood every night because it was a traveling port to come in and out. But Earth-based construction companies say, let's build some houses here, right next to the big mountain.
I don't
Ohio is filled with mounds.
But there was also a sighting, and it wasn't just in Egypt. It was so large.
The pink orb, right?
Yes, it was. It was one of the
that was actually it was seen in Libya too.
Yeah, it was.
Was that just current, the pink orb that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to show that on here. Is there a video?
Here's another video of the same.
Somebody in the chat.
Beach. Somebody posted it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Stella wanted to show it.
I'm going to have to get that and download it onto my tablet, and I'll also show it here on another night too, I think. Wow, look at that.
And this is what it looks like. No night vision, and that's what it looks like.
Oh my God, look at that.
That's another view.
Look at the reflection of that craft to the water.
Yeah, that's another view. Same thing.
That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Well, you know what? I hate to shut the party down here. It's now 1:08 in the morning, and I need to get some rest. And then I'll be on tomorrow night, everybody, when Encounters at 11. We go from 11 to about 1 o'clock. I'm trying to get myself, because I have family people here sleeping, so I want to be very honoring of that, so to speak. Well, first off, Star Knowledge, thank you, man. We got to keep in touch for next year about getting together and me maybe speaking at one of these things.
Hey, I gotta have you on the podcast. I'm starting to get people lined up, so when I get home, and then have you come out, we'll just have a casual conversation about what we do.
Sounds good. I'm ready for it. All right, I want to thank Star Knowledge. I want to thank Star for being here. Nina, thank you for coming up.
Thank you so much
Everybody,
for having me on.
all of you people that are in the queue, come on tomorrow night for being interviewed. We'll bring you up. We'll be probably looking at new footage. I'll be showing tomorrow night at least 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of new footage of what's going on out there around the world. If you have footage and you've been documenting things like this, wherever you are in the world, get in touch with me. Email me at CmdrAleon@AOL.com. I'll look at your footage. Give me the date of when it happened and the location or what country you're in, and we'll take a look at your footage. So send the footage to CmdrAleon@AOL.com. I want to thank everybody for being here. You've been all great. Another great show, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, late night on social media on planet Earth, Encounters. Everybody take care. Have a good night. Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.